Let me tell you, Meghan Markle in the picture, Meghan's projects feel flimsy, and people are starting to see through it. And that bracelet, let's go back to that. The Cartier Love bracelet isn't some casual accessory. It literally has to be screwed on and off. It's like a modern-day chastity lock. So for Meghan to flaunt a piece from her ex while her marriage with Harry looks shakier than ever, that wasn't an accident. That was a message, a pointed one. And here's the kicker. Meghan's not the only one in hot water. Harry's side of the world, absolute chaos. His charity, Sentebale, which was supposed to be his passion project, collapsed in a bitter fallout. Word is, he hasn't even visited the kids the charity was meant to help in over 6 years. And Africa Parks, another one of his affiliations, is now facing horrific allegations of abuse against indigenous communities. Harry? Silent. Completely silent. Yet his name is still propping these organizations up. It's like both Meghan and Harry are spinning out in their own disasters, separately. And that's what has people talking. If they can't even fake support for each other anymore, what does that mean behind closed doors? Meanwhile, Meghan tried to rope in celebrity endorsements to salvage her brand. She sent those fruit baskets to the Kardashians, fishing for some PR boost. And what did Khloe Kardashian do? She posted a photo without even tagging Meghan. No caption, no thank you, no hype, just a bare minimum acknowledgement. And Meghan? She reposted it with her own caption like she was trying to squeeze life out of a dead PR move. That desperation, people noticed. And speaking of people disappearing, remember Meghan's mom, Doria, once a constant fixture, even spotted with the Kardashians? Now, radio silence. No posts, no appearances. Some say Meghan wasn't too happy about her mom stealing the spotlight. And if there's one thing consistent in Meghan's circle, it's this. The moment someone shines too brightly, they vanish. Friends, family, business partners, no one's safe from being cut out. But while Meghan's juggling failed brands and disappearing allies, Harry's crown jewel project, the Invictus Games, is crumbling too. Veterans and organizers aren't whispering anymore. They're outright saying it feels like a vanity project. More than 2,000 participants have walked away in just 2 years. Fed up with the lack of transparency, fed up with being used as extras for Harry and Meghan's PR stunts. They want real involvement, real support, not staged kisses on stage every time divorce rumors heat up, and honestly, they're done playing along. Now here's the thing about Meghan. Her playbook has become almost predictable. Launch something flashy, drown it in PR glitter, and then disappear the moment things get complicated. We've seen it with the podcast, the children's book, the documentaries, and now this As Ever brand. It's like she thrives on the headlines, but the grind, the actual behind-the-scenes hard work, nowhere to be found. And Harry, oh Harry, his halo has slipped and it's slipping fast. Once upon a time, he was the golden prince, the soldier, the grieving son, the rebel royal. People wanted to root for him, but now his charities are collapsing, his reputation is nosediving, and his name doesn't carry the same glow it once did. Even his most loyal supporters are starting to squirm, quietly quietly asking the question no one wanted to say out loud. What exactly do Harry and Meghan bring to the table anymore? And Meghan isn't helping. Take Archwell, their nonprofit. You'd think they'd be careful with their donations, right? But no. Reports say they threw over $50,000 toward an organization whose founder has been accused of anti-Israel rhetoric. That's not just bad optics, it's negligence. When you're running a foundation in the public eye, you cannot afford to skip the research. But Meghan and Harry, they're rushing into things, cutting corners, and trusting the optics instead of doing the groundwork. And then came the wreath stunt. Oh yes, the infamous wreath. On a major anniversary, Harry arranged for a memorial wreath to be placed at a UK event after the King and Queen had already left. Instead of a heartfelt tribute, it looked like a desperate headline grab. And when no one really noticed, suddenly the whole story leaked to a friendly journalist as if it were some grand exclusive gesture. But it didn't fool anyone. It just confirmed the suspicion. These two aren't guided by substance, only strategy. And speaking of strategy, it's not working. Every new launch, every PR stunt, every carefully staged moment, it's all falling flat. Meghan's awkward holiday special on Netflix, mocked online before it even aired. Clips circulating of voodoo dolls, awkward monologues, and empty kitchens had people laughing for all the wrong reasons. Instead of sophistication, it looked like satire. Instead of elegance, it felt like parody. And here's the brutal reality. Meghan's carefully curated image no longer matches the reality people see. For years, she controlled the narrative with glossy photo ops and magazine covers. But now, the cracks are too wide. The silence from Harry, the floundering projects, the failed endorsements, it's all catching up. And Harry, his big, defining moment, the Invictus Games, isn't the crown jewel it used to be. Veterans say it's turned into nothing more than a backdrop for Meghan's wardrobe showcases and their awkward PDA. Imagine pouring your heart into an initiative only for it to be hijacked as a red carpet opportunity. Over 2,000 participants walking away in 2 years? That's not just a hiccup, that's an exodus. And let's not forget, every time divorce rumors bubble up, what happens? A staged kiss, a too perfect hug, an overly affectionate photo op that screams, "See, we're fine." But people aren't buying it anymore. Not the veterans, not the public, not even their once loyal fans. It's almost sad in a way. Meghan, once positioned as the disruptor who would bring modern energy into the royal family, now looks more like someone scrambling to stay relevant. Every project she touches turns into a mess of lawsuits, unpaid bills, and confused branding. One minute it's American Riviera Orchard, the next it's as ever. No consistency, no long-term plan. Just shiny distractions hoping the name alone will keep people hooked. But here's the gossip kicker. Insiders claim even Netflix is done playing along. Think about it. If they actually believed in Meghan's brand, wouldn't they be plastering product placements across her shows? Wouldn't they be pushing teasers, crossover promotions, big campaigns? Instead, her projects get quietly dropped, dumped onto the platform with barely a whisper. That silence? It says more than any PR statement ever could. Meanwhile, Meghan's celebrity support network is evaporating. The Kardashians aren't biting, her mom's out of the picture, and her former friends, long gone. Even her biggest cheerleaders are stepping back. And for someone like Meghan, who thrives on proximity to power and fame, that kind of social cold shoulder is brutal. And Harry, well, his silence is deafening. No birthday posts for Meghan, no gushy Instagram captions, no joint appearances to shut down the rumors. For a couple that once overshared to prove their love, this sudden distance speaks volumes. The man who once stood defiantly by her side seems absent. And let's not gloss over one of the most telling details. Meghan's whole pasta video. Why pasta? Why solo? Why the jewelry? That wasn't some casual cooking moment. That was a performance, a deliberate setup. The Cartier watch, Diana's legacy, on one wrist. The ex-husband's love bracelet, screwed tight, on the other. An engagement ring still on her finger, though Harry is nowhere near the kitchen. That wasn't about dinner. That was about control. A statement. And the world noticed. Harry, on the other hand, is spiraling in his own mess. Sentebale, the charity he once called his life's work, is in ruins. Africa Parks is drowning in allegations of abuse. The Invictus Games, his proudest achievement, is losing supporters at a record pace. And through all of this, Meghan has stayed silent on his struggles, while Harry has stayed silent on hers. That's not partnership, that's distance. If this isn't a marriage in crisis, what is? And yet, what makes this whole saga so captivating is how familiar it feels. Meghan launches big, flashy, dramatic ideas, but they fizzle. Harry ties himself to causes, but the follow-through isn't there. Together, they were supposed to be unstoppable. The royal rebels rewriting the story. Instead, they've become exactly what they ran from: overexposed, under-delivering, and trapped in a cycle of PR disasters. The big gossip question now isn't whether Meghan and Harry are struggling. It's whether they can survive this freefall at all.